What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update, daily news, what's going on with the next stimulus package, the fourth stimulus package, which will be the largest stimulus package ever and has been announced at $3.5 trillion. It is going through the voting process. The Senate has passed it partially and basically has passed it with the motion to proceed. It is actually now moving forward to the House of Representatives that will move forward with the budget reconciliation process. And House Speaker Nancy Pelosi will now be moving forward with it. They are coming back from recess to continue on with the reconciliation process and to continue forward with the $3.5 trillion package. The Democrats in the House of Representatives are also kind of battling among themselves. I say the Democrats because they're going to pass the next stimulus package only with a Democratic votes. All the Republicans are expected to vote no, which is exactly what happened with the third stimulus check package, and is also what happened when the Senate voted and it passed with the motion to proceed with a 50 to 49 votes in the motion to proceed, which is really just a preliminary vote as they kind of move through this process, the reconciliation process. This upcoming week, we'll be having a very big week, and they're writing the bill in the background. We're actually going to be having a lot of details come out here over the next few days as they work through this next process, and we're going to be having a lot of big details come forward as the House of Representatives now moves towards the passage of the reconciliation process of the next stimulus package. We got a lot of things to cover, so let's jump right in. Remember, new videos come out here on our channel every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so. And thank you so much for giving these videos a like. I really enjoy bringing you guys the news and keeping you guys updated. Okay, the CDC director, Michelle Walensky, has said that we might not need an annual virus booster shot after the third booster shot. Remember, the CDC has announced that anybody who wants to get a third booster shot for Pfizer and Moderna can get a third booster shot starting in September. I believe it's September 20th. We'll be able to get a third booster shot starting in September, but they're not sure if we will need annual, meaning every single year, booster shots, saying that might not be needed after the third one. You can see here, CDC Director Rochelle Walensky said that Americans may not need yearly booster shots, suggesting that a third shot may sufficiently strengthen the long-term protection of Pfizer or Moderna's vaccine. Walensky's remarks come a day after she and other top U.S. health officials said they plan to start offering booster shots to all eligible Americans 8 months after their second vaccine shot. The effectiveness of mRNA vaccines lessen over time, particularly for anyone at high risk over dangerous virus complications or for those who were immunized early in the vaccine rollout. Walensky and several of the country's top medical officials said in a statement this week. She says, "This virus has been humbling, so I don't want to say never, but we are not necessarily anticipating that you will need this annually or every single year, similar to how a flu shot is for the flu virus. It does look like after this third dose, you get a really robust response. And so we will continue to follow the science both on the vaccine side, but also on the virus side." She says, "We now know we need a boost shot, and we will continue to follow the science, but I don't think it's a given that we will be doing this continuously." So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I guess I made a funny comment on the other video saying, let me know your thoughts if you're excited to get a third shot. Yeah, I guess nobody's really excited to get a third shot. I guess some people are. Some people are actually excited. I guess I seen a report that said some people were actually trying to get a third shot before they were even available because some people are just excited to get the extra immunity protection. Some people are just excited to get the extra protection. Some people are not excited that they have to get an extra shot, but some people are excited to have the extra protection. Some people, of course, hate the thought of even getting a shot. Some people are completely against shots. So that just shows you the different mentalities that a lot of people have when it comes to, these vaccines. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know if you think it'll be an annual shot, meaning every single year, that there could be a booster shot similar to the flu shot, which is a once a year shot if you get the flu shot. Let me know if you get the flu shot, which has been around forever. But yeah, that's kind of the updates on that. And third booster shots will become available next month for people that are not seriously immunocompromised, which I believe is for cancer patients, HIV patients, and some people that have serious immunocompromised positions. According to a new report from Reuters, President Biden's approval rating has dropped to the lowest, his lowest approval rating in 7 months after the Taliban takeover in Afghanistan. Yeah, his U.S. president approval rating has dropped by 7 percentage points, as you see here, and hit its lowest approval rating so far as the US-backed Afghanistan government has collapsed over the weekend in an upheaval that has sent thousands of civilians and US military allies fleeing for safety, according to a Reuters slash IPSOS poll. The national opinion poll conducted on Monday found that 46% of American adults approved of Biden's performance in office, the lowest recorded in weekly polls that started when Biden took office in January. It is down from 53% who felt the same way in a similar poll that ran on Friday. So his approval rating dropped by 7% in just a week since the Afghanistan situation has unfolded here within the last week. What's interesting about this is that even though that 75% of Americans supported the decision to send in additional troops to secure the facility in Afghanistan until the withdrawal is complete. I guess that makes sense. I would have done the same thing. Because, you have to do that. And about the same number supported the evacuation of Afghans who helped U.S. forces in the country. Now, according to Politico, President Biden says the U.S. will stay in Afghanistan until all Americans who want to leave can do so. It was the first time the president talked about missing his hard set deadline of August 31st for full withdrawal of U.S. troops. And former President Trump actually wanted to withdraw from Afghanistan by May 1st. So, yeah, there are still tens of thousands of Americans, from what I understand, in Afghanistan. So honestly, it could be a while, until we are in or out of Afghanistan, I should say. And from what I understand, we still have between 4,000 and 7,000 troops in Afghanistan, troops-wise, but we still have tens of thousands of Americans in Afghanistan as well. So it could be a long time. We also have apparently evacuated about 7,000 from Afghanistan in 5 days and thousands more ready to board planes. So yeah, this could be quite a process underway. Senator Bernie Sanders is on the campaign trail right now as the $3.5 trillion package has now moved to the House of Representatives. The Senate is actually done with the bill. Remember, I should say with the package. Remember, the bill isn't actually written yet. It's being written in the background, but remember, things are going to actually change as they go through the voting process. So they can't actually finalize the bill until the votes come to fruition. So remember, as they go through the negotiation process, things are going to change a little bit as they come forth. So Nancy Pelosi has actually said, now is the time to bring your ideas to the table and let us know what you want to be in this final bill. So from what I understand, is they have large portions of the bill written, like the Medicare portion of the bill, the child tax portion of the bill, the adult tax portion of the bill, the pharmaceutical portion of the bill to force pharmaceutical companies to lower the prescription drugs, large probably the tax portion of the bill where they're going to raise taxes on corporations, where they're going to raise taxes on the wealthy, and all the large structures of the bill are probably already written. But Nancy Pelosi has said to her Democrats in the House and probably the Senate as well that now is the time to put forward anything you want in the bill. The large things like the Medicare extra benefits and the several different items I mentioned are probably already written in the background, because again, these bills take thousands and thousands of pages and they have several different subcommittees that basically write the bill. So they literally have dozens and dozens of aides and staffers, which are just regular employees. They're not like elected officials that basically you could go and apply for a job as a staffer or an aide at the Capitol, that are writing these bills. Okay, so they literally have probably hundreds of people that are writing these bills. Okay, but the problem is that they don't put it all together until the last minute, because as you know from watching the show, from the third stimulus check package, that they change it literally up until the last moment. They have added items in like that $10,200 unemployment provision at the very last moment. The third stimulus check package, they changed it significantly at the last moment. The House passed their portion of the bill, and now looks like that is what will be happening again this time. Now that the Senate has just passed the motion to proceed, it's going back to the House. So it looks like the House will be passing the bill for the House. So it looks like it'll now be going back to similar how the third stimulus check package passed. So the bill will probably pass in the House now, then go to the Senate. So similar to how it passed last time. So we'll probably see the bill written in the House now, and similar to how it was last time. So remember last time we seen the bill written in the House, and then remember the House had the $15 an hour minimum wage in there that ultimately didn't make it for the third stimulus check package. It didn't make it to the finish line. Then the Senate made some changes. They had to take out that $15 an hour minimum wage because there just wasn't enough votes for it. And then they added in that $10,200 unemployment provision, which many people actually ended up getting an extra check, whether you consider that a stimulus check or a tax refund check or a stimulus provision or whatever you call that check. That check meant an extra 500, 800, thousands of dollars for several people. A lot of people ended up getting $2,000 or $3,000 because of that provision they added in at the very last moment. And remember that the second stimulus check was actually added in at the very last moment as well. They actually wrote the bill for that one. The second stimulus check wasn't added in the bill even after they wrote the bill. They wrote the bill, and then people were outraged that they didn't have a stimulus check in the bill. This is all the way back from the second stimulus check package, which is all the way back to last December. So then basically everybody forced them to add a second stimulus check in there. And we're like, what are you doing? You need to have a stimulus check in there. So they had to go back and modify the bill even after they wrote the bill. So even after they write the bill, even after they pass bills in the House, they can go back and add things. And they did that in the third stimulus check package as well. Now, what's interesting is that Kevin McCarthy, it says, won't support the bipartisan infrastructure deal, which is the physical infrastructure deal, even if separated from the Democratic spending deal. So he's different. He's the leader of the Republicans in the House. So he is not supporting the physical infrastructure deal, which is different than Mitch McConnell. Remember, Mitch McConnell supported the physical infrastructure deal, but Kevin McCarthy, who's the leader of the Republicans in the House, said that he's not going to support the physical infrastructure deal. The difference is that the Democrats can pass the physical infrastructure deal in the House completely on their own because the Democrats have enough votes to pass the infrastructure bill, the physical infrastructure bill, part one, completely on their own because you only need one more vote than 50% in the House. Okay, remember in the Senate, we needed 60% of the votes, so we needed at least 10 votes from the Republicans, and Mitch McConnell supported it. We ended up getting 69 votes, and we ended up passing it in the Senate. Okay. Kevin McCarthy, who's the leader of the, let's see if I can get his face in here. The leader of the Republicans in the House does not support it, but we will get some votes from the Republicans in the House, I expect, because it's physical infrastructure. His opinion is he doesn't support it. So we will end up seeing when they go to vote on the physical infrastructure bill as well. My expectation is that they will actually vote on the stimulus package to pass that first in the House of Representatives because I just think that that is what they're going to end up doing. It says here, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is sticking to the plan of holding concurrent votes on both bills, but I think you can't actually vote on both bills at the exact same time. You have to actually vote on one right before the other. So I think they're probably going to vote on the stimulus package first. So we're going to end up seeing what happens because, again, even though they say the same time, you have to actually vote on one before the other. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I think that they're going to get some votes from Republicans on the infrastructure package, just like we've seen in the Senate. But the leader of the Republicans in the House, Kevin McCarthy, says he does not support the infrastructure deal. Remember, we actually had the majority of the Republicans from the Senate not support it, but we had 19 Republicans, 19 out of 50 from the Senate support it. So we had a little bit less than half support it, but that was enough to pass it. We only needed 10 out of the 50 to support it. Now, we actually don't need any Republicans out of the House to pass it, but that would leave a very, very, very small margin of victory to pass the infrastructure bill in the House. Okay. But we'll probably get some votes from the Republicans, just like we did from the Senate. So the infrastructure deal will probably pass when all is said and done, just like the stimulus bill will. But the stimulus bill, just like the third stimulus check package, has a very, very, very slim margin of victory to pass. It literally has 0% margin of victory or margin of error to pass in the Senate. And by that, I mean every single Democrat in the Senate has to vote yes. And like 99.9% of the Democrats in the House have to vote yes. There's only 3 Democrats that can vote no out of like 218 of them. So they have to do a juggling act to basically make all of the Democrats in the House and the Senate happy. So just imagine a room full of 200 Democrats in the House, and you have to make them all happy. So imagine you were in a room speaking with 200 people, and you have to make them all happy. So I always see some comments, I see some comments like, why does anybody give Jimmy a thumbs down? And I'll see like 7,000 thumbs up and like 200 thumbs down. And I'm thinking, that's actually pretty good, on a video, and I'm thinking, it's impossible to make everybody happy, It just really is. I think that's pretty good when you look at it at the end of the video. You see like 7,000 thumbs up and I don't know 300 thumbs down or something. It's like 98% thumbs up. It's like, yeah, that's pretty amazing. But you need 99% of the Democrats to vote yes in the House and 100% in the Senate to vote yes. And that's kind of the art of negotiations. So imagine sitting there in a room with 200 people and you have to convince all of them to vote yes. That's the process they have to go through. And that's exactly what they did with the third stimulus check package. So luckily you get to negotiate them. I don't get to negotiate with the people that give me a thumbs down. But honestly, some people probably just give a thumbs down because they're tired of the politicians and they're tired that they're taking a long time. And I get it. It's no big deal. It's just not really a big deal at all. So either way, I'll keep you up to date. But they're moving forward. The bill is passed the Senate in the fact that the motion to proceed is passed. Remember, it's just the motion to proceed. It's not the final bill or anything like that. And now it's moved on to the House. Bernie Sanders is kind of on the campaign trail saying, yeah, we need to pass this. It's the largest stimulus package ever. So I will keep you up to date. Remember, new videos come out here on our channel every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to subscribe down below, and I'll keep you up to date with everything going on in our country, going on in Washington, D.C., and going on with the next stimulus package. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video is about how monthly checks are going out in certain cities and certain areas of the country. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.